The church in Latin America is alive and well. As a result of 50-plus years of missionary effort that has focused attention upon the tasks of evangelism and church planting, the gospel of Christ is flourishing in the Hispanic world. Millions have trusted Christ as their Savior. Thousands of churches have been established, and nationals are assuming positions of spiritual leadership. However, this explosion of growth has far outpaced all efforts of pastoral training. It is estimated that the majority of national congregations are led by pastors with little or no formal theological preparation. The prominence of religious cults, such as the Jehovah's Witness and Mormonism, coupled with the prominence of charismatic teachings within the region, exposes the Latin Church to the possibility of doctrinal confusion and potential deviation. From the outset of the missionary enterprise, the Church has understood the importance of comprehensive doctrinal instruction as a key component in the fulfillment of the Great Commission. The book of Acts illustrates how the early Church promoted the rise of indigenous leadership as vital to the continuation of God's program. Paul and Barnabas, as part of their missionary efforts, had appointed pastors in Lystra, Iconium, and Antioch. Paul spent 3 years in Ephesus, training leaders, during which he declared to them the whole counsel of God, and Timothy was left in Ephesus to commit these things to faithful men who would be able to teach others also. It is this Great Commission model of leadership reproduction which Latin American missions must follow. Latin American churches need doctrinal materials in their own language that they can trust, and theological mentors who can partner with them in the training of future leaders. For 50 years, Editorial Bautista Independiente, the Spanish literature ministry of Baptist Mid-Missions, has labored to meet this need.
We are a publishing house that publishes Bible study materials in Spanish. We ship to 27 countries of the world.
We're providing things that they need to help them be able to fulfill the Great Commission.
Our goal is to produce materials that will effectively meet the needs of those diverse ministries to the Hispanic community throughout the world.
It has come back to us that pastors, when they see EBI on the books, they say, well, we can trust this book.
The EBI team is composed of supported missionaries who serve in a variety of capacities in the production of Spanish literature. From writing to editing to production, these individuals work together as a team to provide theological and ministry-related literature to the Spanish-speaking world.
We are the Burkholders, Bruce, Lisa, Lindsay, and Matt. We are sent out by the Canton Baptist Temple in Canton, Ohio, and serve through Baptist Mid-Missions. We joined EBI after serving 10 years in Mexico City, planting the Iglesia Bautista de Fe in the northwest suburbs of this metropolis. This is now a completely indigenous church, firmly in the hands of indigenous leadership and occupying their own building. God also allowed us the privilege of founding the pastoral training program there in Mexico City. This is a 4-year program that focuses attention upon the theological and practical training of men for gospel ministry. This ministry has provided a platform to train hundreds of Latin leaders, not just in Mexico, but also in 12 countries throughout the region. Bruce currently leads the Theological Curriculum Department at EBI. This unique ministry follows the Pauline pattern of leadership reproduction. Bruce and his team develop theological training materials and provide academic consultation to pastoral training institutions throughout Latin America.
I've had the privilege to participate in pastoral training programs on the mission field now for some 15 years. And I can testify to the difficulty of creating quality, doctrinally profound materials that effectively communicate in the Hispanic context. Most pastor trainers on the mission field fulfill multiple roles. They're evangelists, disciplers, they're church planters, in addition to the many responsibilities that go along with the training of men for ministry. Hence, they have little opportunity for the investigative research that is necessary and the development of the accompanying educational materials.
The Theological Curriculum Project entails the development of a comprehensive program of academic materials in every discipline necessary for the preparation of leaders who are spiritually, theologically, and practically prepared for local church ministry. This includes detailed professor's notes, which are minutely tied to the best theological textbooks available in Spanish. Likewise, students' course books are prepared. Predetermined reading assignments from relevant Spanish language textbooks are provided, along with a PowerPoint visual and practical homework projects. In short, doctrinally sound and quality-produced materials are placed at the trainer's fingertips, thus expediting the process of pastoral preparation.
As a rookie missionary and first-time teacher in a Bible institute on the mission field, words cannot express my thankfulness for the EBI curriculum. The materials provided have allowed me to start teaching national believers despite not knowing Spanish fluently. The need for theological resources is so great on the mission field, and the EBI curriculum has begun to address this specific need for the Spanish-speaking world.
This material is just what the Baptist churches need to avoid the accumulating false teaching that sadly is infiltrating our local churches. The contribution of EBI in this area of theological education in Latin America is invaluable.
In addition to writing and editing materials, Bruce also teaches these courses in Bible institutes and seminaries throughout Latin America. This allows for the testing of published materials to evaluate the effectiveness of their communication. Plus, it gives Bruce the opportunity to encourage pastoral trainers and to influence the lives of hundreds of future pastors and theological leaders.
God is building His church in Latin America. Souls are being saved, churches planted, and leaders trained. But the work is far from finished. Lisa and I, along with the entire EBI team, are strategically placed to meet the growing needs of the Hispanic church. We come alongside of new churches, create new tools for leadership training, and partner with national pastors in the establishment of training institutions. We are committed to fulfill our part of the Great Commission.
But you too can play an important part in this vital Spanish ministry. You can pray with us for the literature that is being produced at EBI and shipped around the world.
You can support our ministry.
You can seek creative ways to partner with the growing Hispanic church, reaching out to the Hispanics in your community and developing relationships with Latin churches and pastors throughout the world.
What part does God want you to play in committing the gospel to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also? A hombres fieles que sean idóneos para enseñar también a otros.